Welcome back to another video. In today's video, man, I got some pretty crazy things to kind of go over. Just a lot has happened since the last video. Um, the biggest thing, the most exciting thing, if we go here to weapons and look at weapons, you can see we are officially have atomic camo or apocalypse camo. Sorry. Um, and it's a pretty fire camo. I'm actually really digging it now that I've gotten it in game. And seeing how it works in game, I really like it because unlike the menus in game, it's very red, very volatile. It gives me very much like magma or um, like OG dark matter, but brighter, like a bright red instead of a bright purple kind of vibes. So it looks very good in game. And obviously, episode 0 is fantastic as well. So now we have officially have 2 mastery camos done out of 4. As you can see here, we still have to do the Genesis camo as well as Singularity. Singularity is probably the next one I really, really want to get. Um, Kind of putting off Endgame, not really vibing with Endgame at all. The camo is kind of mid, and the mode itself is kind of boring. I don't like how it's set up over there. I much rather the NW3 Zombies camo grind because even though that was long and tedious, very similar to how this is, um, there it was very simple. One specific style of POI was where you go for majority, like 90% of your challenges, and then be an odd challenge that would require to go somewhere else. Unfortunately, in this grind, there is POIs for everything. You have to go to a POI to do all the headshots and basically all the specialists, except for certain specialist challenge because certain special challenges require you to do certain challenges. And then you have to go to a different POI for gold, basically. This is the only one that you don't need a specific POI. You can do this kind of wherever in Zone 3. So you basically do the same place you do these in. And then for Cardinal Flux, you still have to go to a different POI. You have to go to a separate. So that's 3 totally different POIs that you would have to do with every single weapon. And that's not including the fact that you can't upgrade more than one gun a game to legendary difficulty at the same box. And there's only 2 legendary boxes, which means you can only do 2 guns a game. If you're trying to do more, you're going to be underpowered because you're not going to be able to upgrade them to legendary. So very inconvenient grind, and I'm just not really, I'm really not trying to do it. And then multiplayer, I'm planning on starting that as soon as they fix my game. I'm still having issues. Um, I can make builds now. I'll show this in another video. I can make builds. They just don't save anything new. So I have like 10 builds that are the exact same. They're the only things that will save now. So yay. But nonetheless, we did complete the apocalypse grind, and I'm very excited. And I'm probably going to do DLC guns going forward. At least weapons that I enjoy. So like, I'm not doing the launchers. I'm not doing crossbow. And probably not going to do melees over here unless like it's a melee that I actually love. Um, but nonetheless. And then there's some other things that I did. Oh, by the way, I got a new controller. I got the PlayStation 5 DualSense Edge controller. So I'm trying to get used to the paddles. So don't mind me if I keep flicking to a different screen. Um, but you will see that we are doing pretty well with camos, and we also completed the Now You See Me camo grind. So if you don't know what this grind is, basically there were 6 challenges you had to do on New Haven's Hollow. Um, I was having some issues because I could have sworn one of the challenges weren't tracking. Turns out it did track. It just for some reason never popped on my screen, and I don't know where that calling card is. I don't see the calling card in the menu, so rip. But it did track, and I completed the last challenge today. Thanks to the random guy that was actually doing these a couple days ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was playing with them for camos, and one of the guys did the actual like what is it called, the Blood Moon Easter egg or whatever. And I actually got that completed, which was the hardest one, and I didn't have to do anything for it. So GG's. And then I completed the last one, which is where the charm came from, which is doing the rat cheese one at the mansion. So that was pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. Just a little tedious, took me a couple attempts, but I got it anyway. But yeah, this is the grind, and it's super cool. It fits the map very well because vibe is like the fall vibe with the Bigfoot, which if you don't know, New Haven's Hollow takes place in West Virginia, which is huge with Bigfoot. So makes total sense. I kind of wish it was animated in some way, maybe like the at Bigfoot's like move on the gun or something, but it is what it is. But that is completed, so W's there. Let's see what else. If you're wondering what guns I did for the Apocalypse grind, I'll show you real quick what guns I did. I have to go back here. So if you're wondering what I did for Apocalypse, I don't know why it's showing Absolute earlier was showing the Mastery camo. I don't know why it's saying I didn't do it now. But I did all of the ARs, SMGs, shotties. Um, fuck. Yo, my game is broke, dude. Alright, there it goes. I did all the shotties, the LMGs, I did all the marksmans. The Warden is atrocious, dude. It's atrocious, man. Um, I built three of the snipers. They were actually quite easy, surprisingly. Did all the pistols. I did not do launchers, as you can see, and I did the knife. I got the ballistic knife gold, but I did not need it for Apocalypse, and I really just do not like the ballistic knife on this game on Warzone anyway. So I just chose not to do it. So technically, I have 31 gold, but only 30 atomics. But that's what I did for the grind. So if you're wondering if you can do the grind without doing launchers or the flatline, you can. If you just copy the guns I did. Some other things. We are now level 204, man. That is right. We are level 204, dude. And as you can see by the calling card showcase, your boy has finished the Warzone grind, pretty much. We are at 99% for calling cards right now, bro. We are cooking. These were super easy. Like, most of these, about 90% of them, I was able to do by just going for camos, because most of these are just getting kills using certain contracts. So really just kind of did them by just playing. For Prestige, we are down to the last one, in my opinion, the hardest challenge in the game for calling cards for Warzone. That's not Dark Ops, which is this one right here. Getting these two big bounty contracts in a single life, and you have to do it, I believe it's going to be 10 times total. It is absolute hell. Absolute hell. Mainly due to the fact that the big game bounties only spawn in late game. So you basically have to be alive the whole match, get to the final 10 players, not 10 squads, 10 players, and that's when you start to see them spawn. Um, and it's really just, it's a rough grind, dude. It's rough. As you can see, I have not made hardly any progress whatsoever on this thing, so big rip there. For Dark Ops, if you're wondering what Dark Ops I did for the 15, because you only need 15 Dark Ops for the Mastery Conquered, these are the ones I did. Some of these were very easy. Um, as you can see here, most of these were pretty self-explanatory. Um, this one, to make it stick one, I actually got this one by complete accident. There's a whole bunch of enemies in one spot, and I just tossed an 8 in, and it got lucky and stuck to the most wanted, so that's pretty cool, I guess. But that is the 100%er almost done for Warzone. We're actually pretty close to the zombies 100%er as well. We only have, a little bit left to go, but they're going to take a little longer. And I want to get the mastery for zombies Dark Ops, um, but it's definitely going to be interesting. Some of these are toxic. Oh, we did find out too that there is a master Dark Ops mastery for MP, to get every gun master prestige level 250, or at least 30 guns. So yeah, interesting. Interesting. Um, Armory, all the stuff in Armory is done now. Weekly stats, weekly challenges we have all 4 weeks done currently. Let's see what else here I wanted to show. Here are my stats as of hitting Apocalypse. We go here. I've been doing everything casuals. If you don't think casuals take skill, suck my left nut. This is what I've been enjoying the most here on Warzone, and I probably won't touch any of the other modes going forward. Even BR casual is not that fun. I've only played a few matches and I really just didn't vibe with it that much. But BR Casuals, where it's at, we're averaging about 20 to 30 kills a game. I know the average, it says there's 20, but from my experience, it's been about 30, 25, 30, and some days I'm averaging 40 a game. So you can average quite a bit of kills. It took me about 283 games to get Apocalypse, which about 270 of those were fully camo grind lobbies. The rest of those were probably just, kind of doing one challenge and then just fucking off. So kind of gives you kind of an idea of the time frame that you're looking at. But yeah, not too bad of a grind. Been enjoying sniping. As you can see, you have a 14 KD right now with the sniper rifle. I mean, I've been cooking, bro. I've just been cooking. 160 meter shot for that sniper. I'm trying to think of the other snipers here. 96 meter with this sniper, and 148 with this sniper. So, kind of gives you an idea going of what type of range I was shooting at a lot of times with these things. I'm very excited about the next bolt action. So we're supposed to be getting that here next week sometime. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how that kind of plays. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Nothing else has really changed. Oh, I did get a few titles. I'm going to show you guys. So I've got this title now. It's reach level 100, and then you have to get the 100 contracts complete. So pretty solid overall. But I've been running this one, the high roller. This is reach level 100, and then get you to loot cash 2,000 times. So obviously not a hard one to get. It's very simple. Some of these are pretty insane. Like this one I'm working right now is get the 500 kills with the ground loot weapons. Um, get 100 kills with being most wanted. Some of these are just insane. If you get to go to zombies, they probably the most intense ones. So if you go here to this one right here, you get this at level 100. You get to eliminate 666,666 zombies, which is just that is literally 40 per over 45. I think it's like 45, 46% towards the 1 million kills. Like, dude. Actually, more than that. Actually, I think I'm thinking of how many numbers are, but actually, I think it's more closer to like what 70 or 80% towards the 1 million kills. So I mean, obviously, if you do the round 1999, you get a million kills. You'll actually get this relatively quickly, but it is pretty intense. Kill 30s in a 30 elites in a single match. Yeah, some of these are crazy, dude. Some of these are actually insane. Um, there's some crazy ones in there. I haven't really checked multiplayer, but I'm sure there's probably some stupid ones in here as well. Um, so yeah, that's the things. And then there obviously we have some colors we've unlocked so far. Um, I'm looking for the red one. I think the red's one I'm gonna mostly be using, red, and then probably using a lot of holograms. This is some kind of glows, but you don't get this until level 500, so it takes a little while to get to that one. And obviously, when we get to 1,000, we get to dark matter right there. I'm kind of more excited to get to level 1,000 than I am to get Nexus Horizon because I think the 1,000 camo's probably better in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so we're on that 1,000 grind. We're a quarter of the way there. 200. We have less than 800 levels to go. And if they keep doing double XP the way they have, I think we'll be there relatively quickly because I'm not got about 40 to 60 levels in this double XP event so far. Someone from about 130ish to 200, so doing pretty good over here in terms of that. But yeah, if you guys want to see me go for the this camo grind, if we go to I go to weapons here. If you guys want to see me go for um, Abyss, let me know. Kind of don't want to. Kind of don't want to because these are yikes. Yeah, these are just a yikes. Um, but we'll have to, if you guys want me to, I'll go for them. I might go for gold on the MP40 just to go for gold because it is Gold Tiger, so it'd be kind of like a World War II throwback. Because I didn't know they added the MP40 in this game until literally like a couple days ago. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I might go back and get Nebula on it, so I have Nebula on it, but I'm not sure, to be honest. So yeah. So next grind is probably going to be MP. That's the that's the goal anyway. Probably MP. Um, or maybe we'll just take your own Warzone. I'm really not sure. I'm kind of just vibing right now. I kind of got like the two big grinds out the way, which is the Warzone and Zombies, which take the longest in terms of just accumulating all the guns. But we'll have to wait and see kind of how if they fix my account or not. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll just give me the multiplayer camo. If they do, then I'll start working on the end game camo immediately. To get Nexus Horizon, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.